The debate about who the best center in the league will always be a topic of discussion throughout NBA circles. Just 5 years ago, one would argue that it was DeMarcus Cousins, who is nowhere near close to the top 5 in today's discussion. Nowadays, we have defensive specialists such as Rudy Gobert, do-it-all offensive centers such as Karl Antony-Towns, and two-way forces such as Joel Embiid. However, while you could make a case for any of these guys that I just listed as to why they are the best center in today's game, there's one man who I believe stands above them all, and it's Nikola Jokic. Now, when looking at Jokic with just the eye test, it's easy to see why so many people would overlook him when it comes to this discussion. As compared to his counterparts, he definitely looks in the worst shape and is the least athletic out of all. In fact, I would bet money that 10 out of 10 people would not pick Jokic to be their starting center if we use just the eye test. However, the thing about him is that his game goes way beyond his size and stature. Standing at 7 foot, 284 pounds, with a 7'3" wingspan, Jokic is built like a traditional center, and in fact, he moves like one as well. He isn't the fastest guy on the court, and at times he looks like he's struggling to get up and down the court. However, don't let this fool you, as Jokic has an extremely unique skill set and is one of the most talented guys in the league today. When looking at his skill set, I'd like to focus on 4 things: his defense, rebounding, scoring, and playmaking. Beginning on the defensive end, Jokic is not like your traditional center, and because of this, I don't think he gets enough credit for his work on this side of the ball. When thinking of the prototypical center, one probably thinks of someone who's a great shot blocker and extremely bouncy and athletic. Jokic is none of these. In fact, in terms of blocking shots, Jokic has averaged just 0.7 per game this season. However, what people fail to see is that Jokic is one of the best positional defenders in the league and has some of the best hands on the defensive end. On the season, Jokic is averaging 2.8 deflections per game, which is good enough for second among centers behind Andre Drummond and 23rd in the league overall. And when you watch him play, you can see just how good he is on this side of the court. Jokic knows that he's not the type of guy to rise up and block shots, so what does he do instead? He uses his basketball IQ to position himself in ways that will alter the shot or pass instead. This can be seen extensively when he guards the pick and roll or when he's the help defender. Instead of fully committing as the hedge guy or the primary help defender and relying on his teammate to cover his man, Jokic actually does something extremely interesting. He chooses to stay in a position between fully helping and sticking to his man, jabbing and stunting at the opposing ball handler and baiting him into making a poor pass, which Jokic can easily read and pick off. He makes it seem as if he's in a position he can't recover from, and at the last second he makes the right read. Aside from pick and roll and help defense, Jokic also deflects a lot of passes coming from the top of the key because he always has his hands active and keeps them moving. Numerous times in games, opposing centers have tried to make slow skip passes from the top of the key, but Jokic and his 7'3" wingspan are there to deflect these. In terms of low post defense, Jokic is extremely solid as well, using his 284-pound frame to his advantage. Rarely is he moved out of position, and it results in centers having to take tough shots around him and his outstretched arms. In terms of guarding guys on the perimeter, Jokic may not be the fastest guy laterally, but once again, he positions himself well enough to play average defense. In fact, numerous times we've seen him and his active hands pick off the opposing ball handler when he exposes his dribble too much. Still don't believe me that Jokic is a better defender than the media makes him out to be? Well, let's look at the advanced stats then. In terms of defensive win share, Jokic ranks 11th in the whole NBA with a total of 3.2. This is better than his counterpart Joel Embiid, who is considered one of the best defensive centers in the league, and is 0.8 behind number 3 ranked Rudy Gobert. In terms of defensive box plus minus, Jokic ranks top 10 among all NBA players, ranking number 9 with a score of 2.3, ahead of both Rudy Gobert and Joel Embiid. So as you can see, Jokic is clearly an above average to good defender, despite the reputation that he gets from the media and fans. Moving on to rebounding, this is the one aspect of his game that I can say is lagging a bit behind his counterparts. On the season, Jokic is averaging 10.2 rebounds per game, which is good enough for 13th in the league. Jokic is much better at grabbing boards on the defensive end with 7.8 per game, as opposed to the offensive end at 2.4 per game. Jokic also ranks 12th in the league in defensive rebounding percentage, 19th in the league in offensive rebounding percentage, and 16th in the league for total rebounding percentage. Jokic gets in a good enough position to get rebounds, but at times he is out-rebounded off of sheer athleticism and length that he has to go against. Compared to his counterparts Cat, Embiid, and Gobert, Jokic ranks last in terms of rebounding, but this shouldn't take away from the fact that he's still one of the best rebounders in the game. Next up is scoring, one of the strongest aspects of Jokic's game. As any team would like with their modern big man, Jokic has the ability to score from anywhere on the court. He is a master down in the low post and has some of the best footwork and softest touches in the league. If a smaller guard or forward is on Jokic, he'll use his sheer size and frame to overpower them easily for a bucket near the rim. However, when going up against more athletic and stronger centers, this is where Jokic really impresses. In these situations, Jokic's creativity really shines and he gets into his deep bag of tricks in order to gain the advantage. He uses a combination of up and unders, drop steps, post spins, hook shots, reverse layups, inside hand layups, and his trademark post fadeaway to score. It is such a beauty to watch him go to work, watching him patiently wait on the block and feel out his opponent until he gets into the position he wants, and then he absolutely exploits any advantage he gets. He's made even the best defenders in the league look silly, and honestly, he makes it look too easy at times. In addition to this, Jokic is also a very capable mid-range shooter, shooting 45.8% and has been seen taking fadeaways from quite a long distance, and a bit of success from this range. He has also shown the ability to step out and hit the three-pointer, and while he is just shooting 31.4% this season, just 2 years prior he hit almost 40% of his threes. He's a big enough threat to stretch the floor, which makes him a great pick and pop target, and he allows ball handlers a lot more space when driving to the basket. There aren't many centers in the league who have this in their repertoire, and his scoring prowess is one of the biggest reasons why I believe he is the best offensive center in the league, ahead of guys such as Towns and Embiid. However, the reason why I say he is the best offensive center in the league, and the biggest thing that separates him from the competition and makes him the best center in the league, is his absurd playmaking. To put his passing ability into perspective, he is the fastest center in NBA history to reach 2,000 assists at just 25 years old. Him and Wilt Chamberlain are the only centers in NBA history to have at least 500 assists in one season. Since the 2017-18 season, he has been top 15 in the league in terms of assists per game, and in the 2018-19 season, he was ranked 9th. Let me repeat this. He's a center who was ranked top 15 in the league since the 2017-18 season in assists. Since his first game in the league, Jokic has had 57 games with 10 or more assists, and a total of 4 games with 15 or more assists. His career high is an absurd 17 assists. Think about this is a center we're talking about. Jokic's passing at the center position is second to none, and is the biggest reason why the Nuggets are such a juggernaut on the offensive end. He is so good, in fact, that the Nuggets don't need a traditional point guard and run the offense through him. Jokic can initiate the offense off a rebound, bringing the ball up as a point center, and run the offense as the primary ball handler. In the high post, he can hit cutters with exceptional timing and precision, and he's tall enough to look over any defense and make those extremely tough skip passes to cross-court shooters. It doesn't matter if he's double-teamed, triple-teamed, or whatever, he can make any pass in the book. No-look passes, behind-the-back passes, full-court passes, backdoor passes, any pass you think of, he can make them from anywhere. No matter what the situation, Jokic always seems to know what's happening all around the court. He's always calm and he's always composed, and he knows what he's doing. The fact that he's such a willing passer and risk taker only increases his potential as a playmaker. The fact that you could say the Nuggets have extreme confidence in Jokic running the offense, and is already at just 25 years old, debatably the greatest passing center of all time, should speak volumes to how good he is. No other center in the league is even close to Jokic or in the same stratosphere as him. To summarize, Jokic is the best center in the league. He is the best offensive center in the league because of his combination of scoring ability and playmaking, a very good rebounder, and does a lot more on the defensive end than he is given credit for. But this is just my opinion, so let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or if you think there's another guy in the league who is better than Jokic. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I'd appreciate that very much. But with all that being said, have a good day or night wherever you are.